Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat and welcome to another edition of Kapehan sa Davao held here at the second floor of SMCT Annex. We would like to thank SMCT Davao for again hosting our weekly media forum Kapehan sa Davao, and we'd like also to thank Krispy Kreme for their delicious donuts and coffee for para sa ating mga media and our guests. Our topics for today, we have four topics and different guests from our friends from the government service. So we have from our Department of Justice, they will be discussing their 128 the 128th founding anniversary of the National Prosecution Service. So we have Regional Prosecutor Attorney Janet Gracie Dalisay Fabrero. Then we have the Attorney Edwin C. Dumalogdog, the DOJ Action Center, Regional Focal. Then we have the IACAT 11 representative, Peter John P. Cabanilla. From the Witness Protection Program, Office Coordinator, si Ma'am Karen Plank. And then we have Board of Claims Representative, Menji G. Ogog. Then we have recently nag-attend kami ng yung mass in celebration of the 125th Philippine Civil Service Anniversary, to talk more about yung mga programs and mga updates nila. We have our regional director. We have from Civil Service Commission 11, so Cyril Nathan Yanigel. Then to talk about the DSWD 11 Family Week celebration and program updates, we have Ma'am Arlene P. Baldo, Family Focal DSWD 11, and recently yung nasign ni President Bongbong Marcos yung pension reform program, anong mangyayari, anong mga updates. We have Mona Loring Tombo, the Regional Communications Officer of SSS Davao. To start our press conference, we'd like to get the opening statement. We'll start with Ma'am Arlene from the SSWD 11.
Department of Justice. Alipayo Buntas sa.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to greet our government employees, officials and employees, men and women working in the government. Happy anniversary, because we are now celebrating the 125th. Kang Ma'am kaganina 128. So, once na laga. Medyo tigulang ko kamay sa so happy anniversary, everyone. Ngayong buntag.
To our friends of is ano po yung activities natin sa this operation 100 128 ano yung mga activities sa ating mga police, ano po yung gagawin natin?
Actually, sir, ang culmination sa ato ang founding anniversary will be on September 26, 2025. No? But in our region, what we did really is to do a month-long celebration. And we are focusing on the dissemination of the programs and services that the Department of Justice is providing in our region. So most of our activities really is to more or less promote our services. Kaya ang amuhang team karong tuiga kay 128 taong serbisyo at tulong ng DOJ, katarungan ay sigurado. So unfortunately, dili kaayo popular ang among mga serbisyo. No? Kung amo siyang ma-promote karon, aduna siguro yung mga opportunity ang atong mga taga Region 11 maka-avail, no? Like for instance, naatay legal free clinic, no? And this has been ongoing already, and not everybody is aware that we also have the Department of Justice Action Center. So they provide legal assistance and lead our clients to the appropriate authority should there be a need for them to be guided on their legal needs, no? So that is actually represented here by Regional Action Center officer natin, si Attorney Dumalugdog. No? And the Department of Justice, particularly the National Prosecution Service 11, also handles the Witness Protection Program. No? I am currently the regional implementer, and not everybody is aware that they play a very important role really in obtaining true justice through the sacrifices that they make as witnesses, no? Especially to those cases na kahinganlan nato og witnesses that can really secure our conviction. And we also provide services for them should they be qualified to become witnesses, no? And we also have the Board of Claims. Kani, the DOJ also, of course, in harmony with what is being provided by the DSWD, we also provide an amount up to 10,000 pesos as assistance for those who are victims of unjust crimes. No, they were in prison, but eventually it was proven that they are not really guilty and they are not really involved in the crimes, especially also those who are victims of violent crimes. No? So, if they filed their claims on proper time, they are given monetary assistance up to 10,000 pesos, which of course, not everybody is aware. Usahay kay tugod wa nakahibalo na may prescriptive period na hantod within 6 months from the time, no, that they were released or from the time of the commission of the said act. They have to file it immediately, no? So ay mga problema pud ta makita diha. And of course ang among popular na program where we greatly involved in trafficking, campaign against trafficking in person, and of course OSAIC, NC-SAEL. So we will be having, of course, a pre-clinic and medical clinic on September 26 in the Hall of Justice. And the other field offices also will be doing their counterpart in their respective Hall of Justices, no? So, halls of justice there, sorry. So, daghan tang mga activities. We have seminars being undertaken for our police enforcers. And then, we also have activities like information dissemination. So, naapod may info karaban. So, naghahatag mig mga materials for those who will go to our office or to the Hall of Justice para ma-aware ang ato ang mga taga Region 11 na aduna da ay mga programa o servisyo na gina-offer ang Department of Justice.
Okay, so good morning once again. So para sa atong celebration no, sa ato ang National Family Week celebration, this 2025 will be aligning our theme sa polisiyang makapamilya tungo sa higit na matatag, maginhawa at panatag na pamilya sa bagong Pilipinas. It is the localized theme sa ato ang International Day of Families last May 15. So sa DSWD, we have aligned activities for the entire week. Actually, for September 22, we will be having a familia time. So we encourage everyone to participate. The National Committee on Filipino Families is having a contest para sa tanan. So nationwide sa tanan, ginaawhag ang tanang pamilya na mag-capture sa ilang family photos taking meals together with the following hashtag. So natin mga hashtag, so mag-post sila sa social media account, natin hashtag Pamilya Time, hashtag Kainang Pamilyang Mahalaga Day, hashtag National Family Week, hashtag NFW 2025, hashtag NCFF, hashtag Pamilya sa Bagong Pilipinas. So it is a national contest, so tanang pamilya sa Tibok Pilipinas pwede mo participate ni Ani. So this is the time for each family to have quality time together, to have meal time together. It is the proclamation number 326 of 2012 signed by our previous President Benigno Aquino sa Kainang Mahalaga Day. So it is one of the activities of the department. So nani siya sa official Facebook account ng National Committee on Filipino Families ang katong mga mechanics ani na mga contest. So on September 23, we will be featuring exemplary family of our beneficiaries of the different program of the department. So, mag-post ni sa mo social media account, Ana. So, on September 24, we will be having a capacity building. So, it is a capacity building providing. We will be conducting a orientation on RA 11908 or the Parent Effectiveness Service Program Act with the DSI or the social workers of the CSWDO Davao City. So our expected participants are the social workers in the barangay of Davao City, a total of 30 packs. So on September 25, we will be having an ONCE Live. So we will be featuring different facade of Filipino families. So we will be featuring example family like the LGBTQIA+ community family. We will be exploring their parenthood and marriage life as well. So what are their challenges and success? It is also an initiative of the department to promote gender equality during the Family Week celebration. And on September 26, this is the culmination day of the National Family Week celebration. We will be having also a capacity building in the internal staff of the department. We will be providing parental skills among our staff as well. Aside from providing to our beneficiary, we also look at on the wellness also of our employees at the department. And in the afternoon, we will be having a fun games activities and of course, wellness services for our DSWD employee. So that is the week-long celebration that we have prepared for the National Family Week celebration. Yes, ito po yung, yes, every Monday because through the proclamation, it declaring that supposedly on the government offices, we will declare 3 p.m. out to have ample time for each family to have a quality time together para magkaroon ng time na makapag-dinner together. We believe na ang empleyado dugay makauli sa ilang mga panimalay and they're having difficult time to gather and to eat together. So this is a one way of advocating to have a quality time with our families because we almost have our time at work at 8 to 5 p.m. and onwards, including travel time as well.
Okay, last week,
with regard to the pension reform program, this is from the directive of President Bongbong Marcos, and approved and implemented by our Social Security Commission. Ang guidelines ani na ay 10% increase para sa ato ang mga retirement and disability pensioners and 5% for our survivor and death pensioners. With this, mag-start siya with nag-start na siya actually, nag-roll out na siya this month, 2025, and it has 3 tranches. So, ang ato ang last na tranche would be on September 2027, and there's an increase of 10% on each year until 2027. By the end of 2027, ang ato ang mga pensioners na ay total of 33% na increase sa ilahang pension. And why 33? Because it is compounding. So, 10% sa ilahang actual na monthly pension. And to answer the question kung it will affect it will not affect. There will be no increase when it comes to contribution even the following years, and wala siya effect also to other benefits na matawat sa ato ang mga members. Ang amo lang is to remind our pensioners na kung hapit na to submit their ACO forms para ma-prevent ang ilahang pag-suspend sa ilahang pension and para ma-avail dayon nila ang ilahang increase. And they don't need to do anything. Kay automatic siya ma-implement sa ilahang mga accounts. Automatic. No need to notify the SSS or any office. Kay automatic na siya ma-implement sa ilahang mga accounts.
Okay. Sinali ako din klaro, no? Dalawan. One, two. Okay. Okay. Ako lang din i-clap. Ang basihan magud nato ning mga offenses nga naka enumerate diha sa atong 2025 Rules on Administrative Case in Civil Service. So kung ato yung tan-awon ang provision sa 2025 RUCs, naalay usa ka offense nga na mention sa atong 2025 RUCs, no? O kini na classify pag siya sa light offenses. So 1 to 30 days. First offense is reprimand. Second offense is suspension of 1 to 30 days. And third offense, dismissal. Ang nakabutang dire, gambling prohibited by law. Kana siya sa 2025 RUCs nga nag-mention about gambling. Pero dili bot pasabot nga dire na tong mga empleyado nag-engage sa gambling, no? Especially during sa nagtrabaho sila, instead na magtrabaho, nag-engage og online gambling. Dali naman gud lang karon ang kanang kuan ang pag engage ni nga klase nga activity tungod kay online naman. So dili siya bot pasabot nga dili siya kaso administratibo tungod kay naman tay gitawag nga offense nga conduct the judicial to the best interest of the service. Unya depende pud sa ebidensya nga ipresentar or nga ato mag-gather, pwede po siya nato mapatawan og grave misconduct, no? Kini siya nga mga offenses naa ni siya sa 2025 Rules on Administrative Cases in the Civil Service.
Before we turn over the questions to our second video, I think that yung updates natin sa programa ng ating DOT na program na tingnan po natin kay
Good morning. Good morning to my fellow government officials. Department of Justice Access Center is one of the programs at DOJ. We usually provide free legal services such as legal advice. We also draft legal documents, and notarize some self-executing documents. We also provide mediation and conciliation. Mayroon din kami mga train na mga tauhan sa Department of Justice Action Center. Ay, free of charge ito lahat. We are located at Tolentino Building, room 15, second floor.
Good morning, everyone. So, as of September 2025, we have 51 witnesses. Yes po.
Ano po mga services na being natin sa ating under sa WPP?
Okay. Under sa WPP, the benefits, once the witness is admitted to the program, he will enjoy the financial assistance. So aside from the financial assistance, there is what you call dependent allowance. We have temporary shelter, secure housing facility. Then every time kapag may mga court hearing po, may mga hearing allowance po yan sila. So aside from that, free rin po sila sa mga medical reimbursement, like the medical expenses I mean. Then every time may mga tawag niyan, mga activities, they are well assisted. Then we are providing means for the livelihood.
How many lives po since kailan po siya the role and how many nabigyan natin
Actually, sir, since WPP was approved April 24, 1991, sobrang dami na po. So, kung babasehan ko lamang po for this 2025, for this third quarter, ang witness po namin is 51. Kung for the previous year, sobrang dami na po.
Then, mapansin yung board of claims, ilan na po yung nabigyan natin
Good morning, each and everyone. Sa BOC naman po, as of today po, we have nasa 76 na mga applicants. And half of it na po ang narelisa na po ng mga checks. And kasi po hindi masyadong kilala yung BOC, this is also our time then po to inform everyone na may ganitong program po yung DOJ. For those sa mga victims po of unjust imprisonment and of course yung victims po ng mga karumal-dumal na krimen. So, yun nga lang po ang ating pong policy is that within 6 months po from the date, within 6 months na nangyari yung incident. So, if ever nag-lapse na siya, so hindi na siya po pwede po mag-apply for that program. So, 76 as of today, whole region na po yan siya, region 11.
Good morning, everyone. For the IACAT naman po, which is chaired by our regional prosecutor, Janet Grace Delice Pobrero, padayon gihapon natong pag-formulate of mga programs to prevent and suppress the trafficking in persons. And this year, nakafocus ta dito sa pag-coordinate sa massive information and dissemination campaign, which in fact this year, ang atuang gitaga or naghatagan na to og kuno kanang massive na information, particularly sa trafficking in person and OSAEC is ang province of Davao Occidental. No, ang first is ang Malita, next is ang Santa Maria, then lastly is ang Jas, and then eventually with the coordination of Governor of Davao Occidental, napay-upcoming na mga activities with them na matagaan ng information ng province regarding trafficking and OSAEC. And as of the current na year or this semester, naatay ko 9 counts na bago nato nga na-filed na case regarding sa OSAEC katong ato ang lupon na case sa Davao Oriental, involving ilahang parents and ang victim is ang ilahang mga anak. And upcoming activities for the IACAT this year, we are proud to announce that the IACAT National Summit will be held here in Davao City this coming October 21 to 25. That will bring in all the regional anti-child abuse and trafficking task forces nationwide, no, para madiskusan kung unsa pay dapat yun buhaton ng IACAT to suppress trafficking in persons in our country.
Just to be clarified lang, to Attorney Pabrero, ma'am, ano ba yung existing laws tungkol sa mga empleados gobyerno nga dili ka pwede gyud manugal mo sulod og kasino unsa nga balaod na ano daghan bang mga empleados gobyerno karon na pailan nanggawas ra man guna karon tungod anang flood control projects kay na building nga 1 billion sa sugan o unsa ba just to remind the government employees.
Actually, kung huna-hunaon, most manggod sa na-identify ni Regional Director sa CSE, it's more on the administrative side. There's no really specific law that prohibits the government employee to engage in gambling, except for those ethical considerations that we have to take into. Being a public servant, we have to, of course, live a life that is not so glamorous or not so really extravagant, no? But I believe kung na-involve mga direct acts na which will directly link it to graft and corruption. So I believe RA 3019 can be a very good ground to look into, no, kung na-violate ba good ang ingon nato na decorum, proper decorum that a public servant should observe. But I think the appropriate entity that should look into that is, of course, the Office of the Ombudsman and also the civil service. So, more on kailangan lang po na sa tanang krimen, kailangan po nimog case build up, kailangan po nimog sufficient evidence. No? It is worthy to note that the kind of evidence that is being promoted by the Ombudsman and the DOJ is not similar. Sa amo, by virtue of the Department Circular 20, ang kahingalan namong ebidensya to really indict a person is reasonable certainty, prima facie with reasonable certainty. But I understand the Ombudsman still observe probable cause. So, medyo sa tanaw na ko, mas madali ma-indict kung dito sa Office of the Ombudsman with that quantum of evidence needed.
Thank you very much, Prosecutor. I'll go to the CSC, RD. RD, isa lang. Ang Boy Scout of the Philippines, GOCC na. Diba? What about the Girl Scout of the Philippines? GOCC na ba sila? Just to be clarified.
Yeah, okay ba sa ilang sa ilang charter kasi ato man tanaw na charter. Pero as far as they're being considered or under the Civil Service Commission, we have to take into consideration that not all GOCCs are under the Civil Service Commission, but only those GOCCs with original charters. So we have to look back as to the charter creating the particular office so that we will be able to know if they are under our jurisdiction.
But the Boy Scout of the Philippines is under your hindi pa rin?
Opo.
Sige. Thank you very much, Director.
Possibly, sir, no? If it pertains to evidence handling and evidence gathering, if part ang Department of Justice, I'm sure the Department of Justice will have to form also its own task force. In our region, wala ka na involved, no? That's we are not part of the investigation. So, ang DOJ, if they get involved into this kind of undertakings, usually the Secretary of Justice will appoint a task force.
Yeah, rules. Yes, oh. So far, based sa among records, wala tayo nakuan, walay reklamo nga na-receive namo o wala po tayo na, of course, kaya wala may reklamo, walay karang na-found guilty na po nga pa, na empleyado. Just recently, tungod ini nga issue karon nga may mga empleyado sa usa ka ahensya sa gobyerno nga misulod o nga wala nga ni ma-mention kung nisulod ba sila during office hours, no? Nalay na mention nga may mga empleyado sa usa ka ahensya nga nag-engage nini nga gambling. So nagpalusad ang commission nga nag-remind sila nga they should not engage in this kind of activities, kining online gambling, tungod kay makausan ni siya sa pamaagi din medyo dili nato mahatag og atensyon ng atong panarbahoan. Meaning, you're supposed to render service, no? Dili kay magbinula. So if you are conducting this kind of activity during the time when you are supposed to work, magiging conduct with judicial to the best interest of the service yan. Or, tingali, ang pinakagrabe niya na, mahimo ba nato nga grave misconduct, kung naman nga ni eksakto nga ebidensya nga mapresentar sa ato. Yeah, kay mao may naa din ni sa atong sa mo to nga akong emphasize kaganina nga ang akong himuon nga reference ang 2025 Rules on Administrative Cases in the Civil Service, no? Although nakita nato nga naay usa ka official sa gobyerno nga nag-mention siya about RA 6713, the Code of Conduct and Ethical Standards for Public Officials and Employees. Pero dito wala gyud mag-specify nga niingon nga dili pwede mag-engage sa gambling, no? Nalang siya yung mga activities nga pwede nimo ma-associate sa gambling. Like for instance, katong i-mention ni ma'am nga we are supposed to be one of the norms, no? Norms of conduct that has to be observed by a public official or employee, kining simple living, no? Simple living. So, there are activities wherein some officials and employees are engaged in activities nga dili na sila murag may ostentatious display of wealth, nga medyo violative na siya sa provision sa RA 6713. Pero directly miingon nga dili pwede magsugal diha sa RA 6713 wala. Napoy kanang presidential decree nga you-mention, kining presidential decree 1869, niingon lang po ni dinhi nga kuan nga PD, persons not allowed to play, no? Meaning mungadto ka pagdula, di ba? So na-mention din ni government officials connected directly with the operation of the government or any of its agencies. So yun ang kuan. Kaya nga medyo siya complicated and it needs there has to be an investigation that will be conducted kaya para may proper alignment kung unsa nga offense ang ilang na-committed. Yeah, on the part of the Civil Service Commission, kinahanglan nga maprobaran sa katong kanang gireklamo nato nga empleyado or opisyal nga naa siya direct relation sa pag-perform sa iyang duties and functions as a government official or employee. Nalay upat ka klase nga mga offenses na pwede nato that an official or employee can be proceeded against administratively although dili siya connected sa iyang trabaho, no, like atong grave misconduct, atong oppression, at sa pa grave misconduct, oppression. There are four offenses nga, but as a general rule dapat connected ang iyang kanang ang gihimo sa performance sa iyang trabaho. Dili kami ang proper nga kanang probably sa is the kailan. Hello. Tingali before tamingon nga kanang ang ilang ahensya or any agency, any government agency mo the appropriate body that has jurisdiction, disciplinary jurisdiction over the person. Tingali atong tanawon kung unsa gyud ang ilang what are the acts being committed by the person. Is it punishable or kasi importante man siya nga there has to be a proper identification kung unsa nga offense ang iyang na-committed. Pero as far as government employees are concerned, there are three agencies na naay administrative disciplinary jurisdiction, no? Like kining ombudsman, ang ilang ahensya sa kanang ahensya na nagiging empleyado ug ang civil service commission. No, pang-current kasi siya pwede mo take cognizance or pwede na mo siya i-refer ngadto sa ahensya sa iyang ahensya or pwede na mo i-refer ngadto sa ombudsman. Kung ma-consider nga kanang usa siya sa mga grave offenses ang na-committed, ang pinakataas nga penalty nga mapataw sa ma-impose sa iya is dismissal from the service. Wala rin kuan sa criminal, no? Pero pwede mo as an agency, pwede mo like for instance, himo na akong example, no? Like for instance, somebody used a certificate of eligibility that is fictitious, no? Yeah, it was presented to us by a government employee. So ang government employee pwede na to ihaan og kaso administratibo. Pero kung in case nga ni kanang criminal na, kami mismo pwede ni mag-initiate o file of criminal case against any tao, not with the Civil Service Commission. Kasi ang Civil Service Commission is only for administrative. So, arin na sa kanang kuan.
Ang pagkahibalo nako, no, although I'm not the proper person really to speak about this, no. Ang pahibalo nako ang DILG na ay specific prohibition for LGU officials and employees, no, not to engage in online gambling, including katong gambling. I think it's a memorandum circular issued sometime in 2017. Although ang ilahang penal sanctions, they still have to refer it to the CSC. So kung aduna may violation. And I understand each and every government office will also have to institute their own internal guidance, but internal way of addressing violations of government officials in line with their duties or discharge of their duties. Like kami prosecutors, we also follow a certain ethical behavior. So kung makita na, like for instance, na you said na imong gi-declare dito na nag-hearing ka, when in fact wala day ka, tuaday ka sa casino, kung ka, and then ang imong certification, nagsulti na naa ka sa office without in that period, that would not only create administrative liability, but also it basig na falsify ka og document, so mahimo po siyang criminal. As I mentioned, ang dili necessarily ang administrative sanction will lead to criminal action. But if that act that is like for instance, ang imuhang being engaged in gambling, you went into the procedure of violating certain penal provisions, then you can also be criminal liable. Like for instance, sa gambling ka, unya nangawat kag kwarta o nangurakot kag kwarta. So, diri ka, kay tungod that will entail a lot of money if you do gambling, especially kung magkasino ka. I understand daghan na kayong mga government employees na addict sa casino hantod sa nagkanda utang-utang, hindi na makabayad.
naatay mga kuan bahin sa government working hour rules governing the implementation of government working hours. Natay mga issuances in relation to the implementation of the government working hours. So part man niya kung unsa ang proper way of using pass leaves, pag-file of leave, then mga kuan na to, mga privileges, no? That can be availed by a government official or employee. Depende kasi naatay ka ng kuan, naatay mga field workers nga kuan na sila nga daan ang ilang assignment kuan na sa field, no? Murag unusual man kayo or dili siya kuan, dili siya tama nga mo nganha pa siya mo report siya sa kanang kuan sa ilang opisina then mo field na po dito then balik na po. So there are situations if we are going to look into the rules, it is not strictly nga ningon nga kung mag-time in ka dapat mag-time in ka diha sa kanang kuan, no? There are ways wherein we will be able to track the attendance of our officials and employees.
How many daw ang members sa Davao? Kasi ganun po ba tayo dito? Kasi dapat may hindi ka nag-contribute employer. Ilan po yung ating host or napuntahan ninyo? Ano kasi tayo basic program? At because ipalapit na ngayon kasi nagtaas yung ating kapatid. Isang kailangan na natin yung mga employees sa contribute o yung lahat ang program sa Davao and how
sa Davao itself, in 2024, naabot na tag 393 accounts or employers. 393 na filean po ng case for non-compliance po sa mga employers. And just this year, naata sa 211 po ng cases. 211 po na filean og case for non-compliance sa atong mga employers. And ang ato ang SSS branches, ongoing ang ato ang program na run against contribution evaders. This is not to threaten or intimidate our employers because our employers are our partners, no? To give what is due to our employees or our SSS members as well. This is a gentle reminder na mag-comply sila sa ilahang mga legal obligations, especially sa pagbayad regularly sa contribution sa ilahang mga empleyado. At ang iyang pagbayad sa ilahang mga contribution, angkop po sa ilahang mga sahod. Dili siya ka ng minimum, dili siya ka ng hukno-hukno lang, but the actual or accurate po na basis of contribution. I'm sorry. Lahat po na categorized as retirement or disability pensioners are qualified po sa 10% increase regardless po sa kanilang SSS na category, whether they are self-employed, voluntary, or employed.
Follow up lang, Ma'am Mona. Good morning. Pila to ang pensioners na eligible for the pension program?
Naata sa 3.8 billion po na currently na qualified for the increase. And after 2027, it is projected mag-abot og 9 billion over 9 billion ang mga pensioners na maka-avail or ma-enjoy aning increase.
But diri sa Davao City ba?
Balikan di ka na, mama. Ang ako lang is ka nationwide na 3.8 billion po. But under the 3.8 billion, included na po ang Davao.
Ma'am, last question lang. With the daghan kayo taog mga tawag aning mga members sa SSS, nabatay plan to add other satellite office in the city? Kay murag daghan-daghan jud ta in every office bitaw nga gina-cater.
Currently, naatay satellite office sa NCCC Buhangin para ma-accommodate ato ang mga members on a weekend. Naapod ta sa Turil, sa Grand Mall, Aguisano Grand, na maka-accommodate po sa At as of the moment, wala pa tay update kung napakadungag pa ta. But currently, they are working on sa Samal na area para po ato ang ma-accommodate ato ang mga taga-Samal para di na sila kailangan manabok. Yes po.
Thank you, Ma'am Mona.
Thank you, ma'am.
To Ma'am, good morning. You've mentioned earlier, Ma'am, gamay lang ang nakabalo about the service with regards sa Board of Claims and nalang kay 76 applicants in the entire region, Ma'am. What was the reason kaya or the factors you see na anong gamay lang ang nakabalo?
Siguro it's because wala pa kaayos sa na disseminate. Actually, last year, nag-conduct po kami ng Asian dissemination. But then, because ang iyahang policy is that within the span of 6 months. So, mostly kasi, ang aming mga mga client is mga rape victims. So, usual kasi especially kung minor, hindi kasi masyadong nagsasalita yung mga minor anong nangyari sa kanila in that. So, nag-lapse na siya within the 6 months period. So, ang iba, since nag-lapse na siya, hindi na siya ma-covered sa program ng BOC. That's why, last year, we conduct a info dissemination together po sa mga kapulisan. Kasi minsan, usual naman po kasi na if ever may mga crimes, sa mga pulis naman po talaga sila may mga reports sila na-receive, tumatakbo sa mga pulis. So, doon po, humihingi kami sa kanila ng tulong para po ma-inform if they are qualified for this program. Apo, may add po si RP.
Can I just enhance more? Itong RA 7309, medyo this is now being subject to scrutiny by the legislative body, no, the Congress. We are actually offering certain changes. Number one, ang ipakambyo na mo ang amount. No? Kaya ang amount, murag dili naman kaayo accommodating ang 10,000. No? So, hopefully, kung modify ning balaod, masaka ni siya 50,000. No? Naana siya kaya ingon nila, as of now, favorable daw ang amendments na i-introduce sa balaod. Ikaduha, to enhance sa Menchie's answer, number one, manggod katong problema sa requirement kung you are unjustly accused, convicted, or imprisoned. Kaya nga lang manggod ma-identify na talagang wala kang kasalanan. Meaning to say, yung sa acquittal mo naka-indicate doon na talagang falsely accused ka. So, if you have been acquitted because kulang ang ebidensya sa prosecution, dili na bagsabot na dili ka guilty, no? Na you might be guilty, but the evidence presented by the prosecutor is insufficient. O bitaw nang gitaasan na to ang quantum of evidence. So, ang acquittal does not necessarily mean that you did not commit the crime. But if the judgment of the court will show na falsely accused ka, wala din kay sala, you can be entitled of this. So, medyo tedious ang requirement, taas ang iyahang classification. No? Ang ikaduha, katuuntang violent crimes. Na kung victim ka sa violent crimes. No? When you say violent crimes, murder, or pamilya sa mga dipatay na gruesome ka yung pagpatay sa ilaha, or kanang rape mismo, because that will cause psychological trauma. It's not just physical trauma. Nayuban, gipatay, grabe pa, tusuk-tusukan, tapas-tamasan, rape pa, daghan pa ngayon gihimo, grabe, no, ang pagkahimo. So, kanang pamilya ha entitled na siya o kaning ato ang BOC. Pero sa rape manggod, which kanaunta ang daghan, even my statistics will show in Region 11, nag-number 3 ang ato ang rape sa kadaghan na kaso. Ang problema, dili tanan nga victim sa rape, kanang open na mo reklamo na na-rape ko. So, usually, mo reveal na lang sila o mo disclose sila na na-rape sila, kanang naanagod sila kanang pagsalig sa ilang sarili, and it takes time. So, more than 6 months. So, mo na po nang gina-address aning ato ang amendment sa ato ang balaod na RA 7309 ug mahimo taasan ang period para maka-complaint ang uban. Kaya aron ma-address gyud ang sa BOC ang purpose na mutabang. Kay kani man gud ang mga problema ang time ba, ang prescriptive period na pwede ka mo claim. Kay mao ni nakaapan nganong dili tanan maka-qualify. So daghan mig applicants really sa tinuod lang dili na mo outrightly masultian na namo na dili ka qualified. So mao na hinungdan sad sa amo ang problema sa dissemination.
So ako lang i-klaro, attorney, ang ganing 6 months, kung kanus ani na commit ang crime sa iya, dili ni kung unsa tong verdict sa korte.
Sa ang katong 6 months will apply to katong unjustly accused kung na-convict siya 6 months after. So also 6 months after sa acquittal. Katong sa unjust crimes 6 months from the time of the happening of the incident.
Thank you, ma'am. Sa, sa DSWD Family Focus. Thank you, attorney. So, Ma'am Arlene, ma'am, Burmans na karon and then daghan tag mga family na kanang mga mendicants, good ma'am, na mulugsong diri sa Davao City. And the CSWDO stated na dili sila taga Davao. And kung taga Davao City sila, namang good ni program ang CSWDO nga, sila na mismo ang muhatod sa sila mga sayong pinaskuhan dito mismo sa mga communities, mga far-flung communities. Diri pa sa since region-wide ang atuang functions po nabatay programs in order to accommodate this non-Davao City residents.
So actually, ma'am, ang natay specific program sa naghahandal ana. Sa una, ma'am, natay comprehensive na naghahandal ana siya sa ato ang mga IPs no nagalugsong dili sa Davao, especially during December. Pero sa pagkakaroon, ma'am, nagahinay-hinay na og baba si DSWD no through our pag-abot program. So we are communicating with the LGUs no kung unsaon ni na para wala nay mulugsong na mga IP sa ato ang dito sa Dakbayan sa syudad sa by December. So hinay-hinay na namo na siyang ginababa sa mga LGUs. Actually last sa Compostela na area sa Davao de Oro, the pag-abot program is having communication na with the LGUs kay para malimitahan or dili na gyud sila magbaba. Kay dapat manggod na dili na gyud sila magbaba because the programs and services for IP sector is already provided naman within the LGUs.
So how can we assure that this kanang assistance bitaw sa ilaha, ma'am, sufficient kay mo bitaw usahay kay moingon sila nga ako lang man to man nahatagan mo na nga one higit sila diri sa Dakbayan kay mas daghan daw sila og mapangayuan.
Siguro, ma'am, na dili magyud ta makaingon na totally 100% no na wala gyud malugso, but eventually if there are instances na naay mo abot capacitated na ang atong LGUs diri sa Davao, what we are gonna do or unsay buhaton nato in cases na aman mo abot. Kay dili magyud nato makontrol despite man sa kanaganing ginahimo na lakang sa department through communicating sa mga LGUs no, especially katong daghang IP na communities. But the CSWDO Davao City and in partnership with the department, naghimo na mi og pamaagi kung unsaon ni siya if ever na ay cases. But actually, ang mag-handle kasi ningon ani is the LGU Davao City, ma'am.
In relation sa giisgutan, Ma'am Arlene Maldo, naa ba tayo nasampulan or kanong saan na to i-implement sa tinodanay? Kanabita manghatag og limos? Naa ba? Kay, prangka nga istorya ba? Mailan ta mo kampanya, pa-picture, kuan, sa ordinansa, nga giingon nga, anang, ang paghatag og limos sa mga makililimos, violations balaod. Pero kung saan man nato nga naa man gyud gihapon wa pa mawala, usaon na to na pagkuan nga di man imo ma-blame kay kanira bang Pilipino pusong mamon, di ba? So ano sa nato sampulan ning mga nanghatag og limos sa mga badyaw diha nganong naa pa man gina diha?
Yes, actually we are having strong advocacy ani sir no kay dapat kato ganin we will follow the law na dapat dili na gyud itagaan. But actually it's the discretion magud sa ato ano na mga tao na maghatag. But actually ang hugot yun na nagdapat na mag-implementa sa Balaod is the LGU Davao City in the implementation of the law. Nga dili man po si DSWD magpasaka og kaso no kung naatay makita na nagahatag. Ang ato lang din sa department is we are increasing and strengthening the advocacy campaign on the anti-mendicant laws. But kung moingon gyud ta sir na panghusgan nato, it's the LGU Davao City that would strengthen this law in the implementation of the law sa atong city.
Aha. Ato ko kang prosecutor Pabrero. Ma'am, kaning mga ordinansa nato, unya na lang, diri ko sa Board of Claims, arin lang ko kang Ma'am Hinchi Ongom. Can you educate us, katong wa may baw, unsa maning Board of Claims, unsa bay duties and functions anima para masabtan sa mga ubos nga kuan?
Good morning po, sir. Sir, ang Board of Claims po is a balaod na nagahatag og compensation sa katong mga victims of violent crimes, mga biktima sa illegal na detention or unjust vexation, and sila tong ato ang ginahatagan og amounting to 10,000 pesos po. Pero within the period of 6 months, ang katunggingon ni Ma'am ni RP kaganina, 6 months for unjust detention or katong mga naakusahan o nga wala jud sala. After 6 months gikan sa iyahang paggawas sa kulungan. Pero katong mga victims of violent crimes is within the span of 6 months gikan sa last incident nga nahitabo. Usual sir, ang ato ang mga kaso is natay case of murder, naay rape, ang ana na mga kaso ang naa sa amo ang mga nag-apply. Mga violent crimes po.
In relation to that kay Attorney Pabrero, prosecutor, ma'am, na may napriso nga pila na katuig na prisuhan. Unya, nigawas beyond reasonable doubt ang judgment sa usa ka judge. Pila katuig na pulo na. Unsay kanang gitawag nila damyos unsay madawat pilay madawat 10,000 ra?
Oo na natong himuang pamaagi unta na ma-increase ang iyang amount. Kung nag-propose sa DOJ, nagpasa ta og bill for the amendment of 7309, no? Kay dili lang gani may uban pod na entitled diri sir, no, kanang mga gipangdakop. Unya wa nakasuhan. Nya dugay kay na kulong, wala ay nakasuhan. So kana entitled na sila sa BOC pod, no, na maka-claim po sila labaw na og wala gyud kaso gipasaka unya nga priso sila. Nya uban katong na-explain nako kanina, nga priso na-accuse, pero eventually na-acquit. Pero na-prove yun na wala yun sila sala or they were just falsely accused. Kana, entitled po sila o kanang claim na 10,000.
Pila po i-propose ninyong 50,000?
50,000.
Dili ba na kayo, murag, inhustisya po nga, mapriso ka na pulo, tuig niya, paggawas ni mo, 50 mil, ragin intay mo ba dawat, may tatog 1 million?
Siya, sir, kanang additional lang sa unsa pay mahatag sa laing gobyerno. Mali added lang ni siya na, additional lang ni siya na grant or benefit. So, kani murag dungag na may makuha pa sa ubang opisina like DSWD, bata ka ang DOJ, through Board of Claims, naghatag po ng additional. So, dili lang din siya maulang. In fact, pwede po siya maka-file og case sa damages, kanitabang lang, additional help lang sa gobyerno on the part of the Department of Justice.
I see. Thank you very much, Prosecutor.
How many are availing of that service at marami pa how many are busy with
Last year, sir, we will cater almost 4,000 clients, usually mga student. For the whole year, sir. Ngayon, mga 2,000 to 2,500 na yung mga take-on. Usually, legal advice and notarization kasi marami sa mga students, usually yung mga documents nila, lalo na ngayon mga OGT, the school usually require them some documents for purposes of protection sa kanilang parents' consent, something like that. So, usually cater that documents. So, jurat lang ma'am, self-executing lang siya, hindi lang yung contract. So, in fact, kung may mga magpagawa din ng legal documents, gumagawa din kami. And legal advice, we usually cater also legal advice, free of charge. Sa ibang provinces, meron din, sir. Pero dito sa Davao, ako yung focal person sa Doga. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Meron din sa online. Meron din mga tumatawag online. Ang office namin, sir, is at nandyan sa Tolentino Building. Dito lang sa Ecoland pa rin. Room 15, second floor. Libre, free of charge. Free of charge. Basta lang, di kontrata. Yes, sir. Self-executing.
Kanina mga cases, sir, under manage sa atong CSWDO, no, Davao City. I believe the CSWDO have deployed a barangay social worker per barangay sa Davao City. That's the good thing in Davao City because the LGU should set this criteria ba na dapat nagyud tayo magtanaw ng mga social workers ani atong barangay despite sa kadako sa atong barangay, no. So eventually, these cases also are handled by our CSWDO. First thing is, kanang concern na to, no, kay maglakaw-lakaw sila, they already capacitated them to create their own livelihood, kay para di na nato sila makitaan. Kung mapansin ninyo dito sa Davao City, dili na yun ang anak kadaghan ang ato ang mga naglabay-labay sa streets na nagalimos, na, especially atong mga Badjao community. Because the CSWDO Davao City is capacitating this community, no, to create their livelihood, as I have said, and providing assistance like education if necessary. So mo nang mapansin gyud na nimo di pareha sa una na daghan gyud kaayo na magsunod-sunod. But as you have observed karon na nagadaghan na pod ang mga social workers sa atong CSWDO level na makatan-aw ani ng mga panginahanglan sa atong syudad, eventually hinay-hinay pod siya resolve ato ng mga issues nato diri sa city. Actually, sa pagkakaroon, sir, no, wala may niabot po na complaint sa among department na may mga cases na napangita po na yun, ani. But eventually, if naaman, we will have time to assess kung aduna or naa ba yung existing na yun, ana. Pero sa pagkakaroon, wala may cases na ingon, ana, nahitabo, sir. Siguro na ay ingon ana na panghitabo, no. Ang kakulangan lang pod, no, kay ang pag-address ani na concern kay mostly sa mga tao magod gi-set aside na lang nila ang issues kinapasagdan. But eventually kung maghatag lang tag time, no, to complain na naay ingon ani na existence kay sama sa akong giingon magod wala magoy ning adto sa opisina nag-complain na naay mga ingon ani na incident. So siguro kani pod, no, panahon na pod sa atong community na to be aware sa mga panghitabo ba kung naman tayo makanaganing mamatikdan or need na, or necessary na dapat nato siyang taganong pagtagad. So pwede man ta mo walk in sa department kay para ma-coordinate po nato ang LGU, no, ka ma-resolve po nato ni na may ng issues within our locality. It's the CSWDO Davao City po.
Okay, to topic yung ating these rules, how do we handle it, kapag yung conviction yung isa natin sa nahuli natin na society natin.
Yes, for the conviction naman po is magre-rely naman po talaga tayo doon sa evidence na nakuha natin. That's why during sa pag-report ng case, especially yung OSAEC, kasi ang OSAEC is hindi siya katulad ng ibang cases kasi na pag nahuli, nandiyan na yung lahat ng ebidensya. Sa OSAEC kasi mahirap, that's why ang mga prosecutors talaga natin ay nag-a-assist talaga in filing the cases na makita nila na yung mga ebidensya or present talaga na magkakaroon talaga ng conviction. That's why meron tayong mga case build up. So, sa ngayon po, yung mga cases na filed under naman sa OSAEC natin, meron namang mga pina-fast track na mga tawag nito na mga hearings kasi may mga may mga courts naman na tinitingnan din nila na pag OSAEC na cases, mas ang kanilang po sir is bilisan yung mga convictions ng OSAEC. For this yung conviction natin sa sa trafficking in persons dito sa region, presently covering sa mga past na mga periods, we have 85 with that, last year meron tayong sa OSAEC na 5 cases na conviction.
Sir, regarding naman sa mga cases na i-apply sa WPP, ang pwede lamang po is grave felony, meaning to say, more than 6 years ang penalty. So, lahat ng mga covered witness namin, mga rape cases, murder, those belong sa grave felony. Those are we only cater. Pero kung less grave na po, hindi na po pwede. Then, as to the change of identity, so far as I know, wala pa naman po yan nangyayari. But, kung halimbawang witness, usually, kami po ang nagtatago sa kanila. Kaya po, one of the challenges that we face is how to convince a witness. Dahil ang unang tinatanong ko po, okay ba sa yung mag-safe house tayo? So, syempre, ang iba, dahil hindi sila considered as prisoner, pero restricted po yung mga galaw nila. Hindi po, limited lang po talaga ang movement. Opo.
I'd like to promote our office, Department of Justice Action Center. We cater free legal advice, free notarization, mga self-executing, and in fact, we also cater drafting documents, and if the parties wanted to, they can also ask us for some meditations or mga lectures, pwede din kami. We also conduct lectures to, kung gusto nilang mga lectures about legal topics about laws, bagong mga laws, pwede din. Located kami sa Tolentino Building, room 15, second floor, Ecolan. Meron din kaming FB page, Dojak 11. Mayroon din sa ibang region, Dojak din. Ayusan.
Okay? For those witnesses, yung mga tao pong nakasaksi ng isang krimen, do not hesitate. We are here to protect and secure you. So you do not worry dahil meron pong magtatanggol sa inyo. So, again, our office in the regional 5, second floor, Hall of Justice, Ecolan, Davao City.
A message to all government officials and employees. Tingali, para safe ta sa atong trabaho, all we have to do is, una, you have to memorize the provision, the accountability clause as enshrined in the 1987 Philippine Constitution. Public office is a public trust. Public officials and employees must at all times be accountable to the people. Serve them with utmost responsibility, integrity, loyalty, and efficiency, act with patriotism and justice before this time. Then after memorizing, ato na nang i-practice. So, tingali mo na ang pinaka-safe na buhaton kada official and employee of the government. Thank you. Ngayon ako hindi na may matagag opportunity pagka ng share sa among pan. Yeah, since we are celebrating the 125th Philippine Civil Service Anniversary, this is a year, a month-long celebration. So, natay coastal clean-up na paghimuon as our way of showing na we are also caring our environment. Then, other than the coastal clean-up, we are going to have this tree planting activity. No, it will be conducted sa month of sa September 22. September 22. Hopefully, katong gusto mo join and who are concerned with environmental preservation, pwede sila maka-join sa ato. This is open to all. It's not only limited to government officials and employees, but this is open to all. Kung kinsa man ganitong kanang gusto mo join sa atong coastal clean-up and tree planting activity. Sa may Bukana. Diyan kita sa may doon sa Davao River.
It is with great pleasure that I invite everybody, to join us in the celebration of the 129th founding anniversary of the Department of Justice, which will culminate on September 26, 2025. And this is a region-wide undertaking sa atong region. Dili lang ang ato ang regional office ang magkaroon og various activities on that date, but including ato mga field offices. Ato na tay 11 ka office, 5 provincial prosecution offices and 6 city prosecution offices. Tanan sila adunay mga serbisyo na i-provide in line of the celebration of our founding anniversary. I-invite na ko unta ang mga taga Davao City sa September 26. Aduna tay free legal and medical clinic sa Hall of Justice. Aduna pud tay information caravan at the same time. Hinaot unta mga tumo o tabangi taon mi pag-promote sa mga serbisyo sa DOJ. Dili lang mi magpapriso, dili lang. Ang among trabaho aduna po'y legal assistance, aduna po'y ubang mga benepisyo na ginahatag sa DOJ. Kaya ang tagtuo magud sa amo, nagapapriso ra gyud na aduna pay daghang serbisyo o programa ang Department of Justice. Daghang salamat.
Thank you for the chance. And I am inviting everyone, katong mga tao nga naikaila. And if you know na you are qualified, if you're a victim, then just visit the Hall of Justice. We are located at room 205, second floor, Hall of Justice Building, Candelaria Avenue, Ecoland, Davao City. So we also field offices also cater board of claims. So dili na kinahanglan nga sa Ecoland lang gyud mag-adto. For those mga victims nga naa sa mga provinces within the Region 11, ayaw mo kabalaka ang atoang mga offices, field offices, nag-cater pud sila o mo accept sila og application for the Board of Claims para dili na malisudan og pamasahe kay layo kayo ang Davao. So if ever duol mo panabo, natay OCP Panabo or if duol og Tagum, we have the OPP Davao del Norte or OCP Tagum City. So, dili na kinahanglan maggasto pa og dako para sa pamasahe and other requirements nga needed. So, if you know you are a victim o naami kaila, please let them know nga naay programa ang gobyerno para sa ilaha. Daghang salamat.
Yes, thank you very much for this opportunity for inviting the Department of Justice headed by our Regional Prosecutor, Janet Grace Delice Fabrero, for sharing our programs and services. Particularly sa trafficking in persons, we are calling all the communities na kung meron kayong alam, meron kayong nakita, meron kayong konting kaalaman about trafficking in persons in your community, please do report that to your local police, to your barangay officials, to your school teachers, principals, para po ma-actionan natin. Pwede po rin kayong tumawag sa hotline ng IACAT 0966-711-0356. Together po, tulong-tulong po tayo na ma-prevent ang trafficking and ma-suppress natin ang problemang ito sa community natin. Thank you very much.
Mabuting araw. Maraming salamat po for giving us the venue where we can share news, updates, and announcements of SSS. And I would like to encourage everyone to update their personal information about sa system sa ilang online account para maiwasan ang ilahang pagkalisod, pag-apply sa ilahang mga claims and benefits. Also, a gentle reminder na to disregard any text blast from SSS na na-link. SSS no longer send messages, especially na na-link. Please kindly disregard because it is a scam. So, mulang tog daghang salamat. Okay. This month, nag-roll out ang ato ang increase na 10% para sa atong retirement and disability pensioners ug 5% para sa atong mga survivor and death pensioners. So, nagsugod na siya implement and automatic na siya ma-adjust sa ato ang mga bank accounts. Yes, no, this month. Bulat na lang ta.
Okay, so in line with the National Family Week celebration, so we are encouraging every family listener to send your entry sa atong pamilya contest. So you just have to visit the official Facebook page of the National Committee on Filipino Family for the Mechanics. So it is a national contest, so there will be 2 families na makadawat ng 2,500 pesos. So just visit the official page. So this celebration is just not a celebration, but it is a way to remind each of us na ang problema sa pamilya, the problema sa community emanates in the family. So let's have this culture to uphold the values of families, to create a family that is peaceful and prosperous. So that's all. Thank you. Yes, last year na, actually yearly na siya, so maghulat ta no sa presidential na ibababa kung alas 3 ba yun takuto mga government offices.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.